Hey guys, I'm Tiffany and I'm here to do Free Tarot Friday. I've thought it was Sunday all day. It's not, it's Friday. So, welcome to the readings if you're new, or if you've been watching for some time. I know that there are lots of readers out there, so I really appreciate you sticking around, Wise Skies, and seeing what I have to offer our community. So, we're going to start just by taking a deep breath in through the nose, pausing at the top, connecting with spirit, and then sending the energy back down into the belly as you exhale. And we're going to just reach out into the field of unconditional love and infinite wisdom where all things are possible and see what the weekend has in store. So let's clear the deck for Aries. Clearing for Aries. Okay. All right, Aries, it looks like we got some concerns going on around work and money. It looks like maybe there was a good deal, or it looked like a good deal, and it turned out to not be such a great offer. It could be that you're working for your old boss, or it could be that you're looking for a referral and not getting it. You know what I mean? But the Emperor card is reversed here, so it does look like there's just something a little bit upside down in terms of your work, your career, your sense of purpose, your sense of security, right? Your sense of authority. Sometimes it can be we've given our sense of authority to something else outside of us, and we feel upside down about it, right? So just kind of recentering, getting a sense of self here. Looks like there's just some bigger expenses. Things are more expensive than we thought, or money's been going out the window. Something like this is happening, and it's making us feel somewhat unstabilized, right, Aries? And so could be any number of areas where you could feel unstabilized, but I am looking forward for you because I just did the April forecast, and the new moon, of course, is in Aries coming up here in April on the 11th in 22 degrees of Aries. So we can change this, we can turn this around. If this doesn't speak to you, awesome, right? Because this isn't particularly exciting. You got the Page of Cups reversed here next to it, so I do feel like there's just a tone of the grumps going on. So what is it that we can get a card for clarification for our Aries? Something that helps them feel like they got some good advice for the weekend that I just didn't tell them that they're in a mood, right? It's not what we want to hear. Let's see, what can we give our Aries? All right, so you know, again, this idea of looking for stability even when it's chaotic out there, kind of putting the party down, you know, putting the festivities away and just getting back into something that feels really stabilizing and simple and simplistic, and just staying in the day and not worrying, you know, future tripping or past tripping or whatever, just staying right now, today. What do I need to do to feel like everything's stable in my life? The Magician reversed to me just means that you forgot that you had the magic all along. You know, that you have all the resources and tools to turn this around, and it is going to be okay. All right, Aries? Hopefully that's useful to some of you. And let's clear the deck for our Taurus friends. Just getting some clear advice or guidance for anybody watching for Taurus. Hi, guys. Thanks for being here. All right, clearing the deck for Taurus. Okay. All right. The Lover's card, the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the Two of Cups. Are you serious? Okay, Taurus, if you're not in love, if you're not falling in love, I'm not sure what to tell you, because this is definitely most clearly a love reading. We've got, so all of these are reversed, sorry, but this one wasn't. I do feel like you have been waffling a little bit in terms of dating or in terms of partnership. It looks like you've got some, these are what I just haven't thought of a better word than immature energy. It's like they're not quite grown up, you know. It's like dating somebody that is not your match energetically or emotionally, right? Kind of lowering your standards so that you can be picked, you know what I mean? And that's not really what we want to do. So these are old lovers patterns. Look, they're like falling. Okay, the old patterns in love have got to go. We're not going to date the same old thing. We're not going to duplicate the patterns in our existing relationships. Something about your relationships is recalibrating, changing. And then here's the Two of Cups, getting to be in love, getting to be in love with life, getting to be in love with a significant other, being a good partner, being a good friend. If you want to have a good friend, be a good friend, that type of a thing. This is definitely a love reading for Taurus. These are my 2 love cards. I know that something has got to be tweaked a little bit before you get this kind of happily ever after feeling. Does that make sense? And so, you're working on it. You're aware of it. You know it. All right, clearing the deck for Gemini. Seeing what Gemini need to hear for the weekend. Clearing the deck for Gemini. All right, Gemini. So I just did the April forecast, and this is a month of, it's a 9 month, right? So the 9 in numerology for April is much like the Hermit card in Tarot, which is much like the Jesus archetype, the Buddha archetype, the renouncing of things and going off on a spiritual quest and coming back into great service to the world. That is the numerology of April. But here it's also this card too, this High Priestess card here for you, Gemini. So it's continuing to take some time out, unplugging, recalibrating, and it looks like you two are just overcoming some things that you thought you wanted that you don't want anymore. And so you're just having this sense of needing to unplug so that you can get a sense of what's really going on here, what do you really want. It's just like that moment when you're cleansing, when you're detoxing, and you're not quite in that fresh breath, brand new day phase, but it's coming, it is coming. It's like you know that you've unplugged from something unhealthy. It could be diet, it could be relationship, it could be financial habits, it could be something to do with your job. I don't really know. What I do know is that something has been throwing you off, making you unhappy, and that you've had a huge level of tolerance for it. And so you are needing to kind of do that unplug, recalibrate, reset, so that this stuff doesn't drag you down or weigh you down anymore. You can come back at the world refreshed, ready to be of service, instead of just go, right? All right, let's clear the deck after Gemini for Cancer. Let's clear for Cancer. See what our Cancer friends need to hear for the weekend. Just some entertainment, right? Something fun for the weekend, or real. I guess there's a lot of truth bombs going on, right? Just something good and clear for our Cancers. Give them a sense of guidance, something to focus on, to feel seen, heard, and understood for their weekend. All right, Ace of Coins. All right, so lots of things are falling out here. Okay, Ace of Coins, this is about a new business opportunity. This is about a new investment. This is about moving in a new path. This is about taking on a different job. This is about opening your doors, right? New money. That feels good, and it also feels very, very risky. And so I'm going to say yes, go ahead and take a risk on some kind of financial thing you've got going on. Dip your toes into it. Go forward. Take the chance. It looks good right now, Cancer. All of that can change, and we have free will. But on the other hand, like, while this money side is going pretty good, as long as you're out of your comfort zone and taking a risk, you're probably going in the right direction. But over here in the love category, it does look like somebody's being too harsh, too direct, too controlling. The Queen of Swords is known as the mother-in-law card, and that's kind of gets a bad rap because there's lots of great mother-in-laws out there. But the idea is that this is somebody who's forcefully ruling, putting people in corners, and not really setting everybody up for success here. So maybe there's a softer kind of approach you can take in terms of your partnership or the relationships that you've got going on, and just redirect any need to control them and taking a chance with something big financially, right? I know you want to do it, and you can, okay? It's happening. Just keep swimming. All right, after Cancer comes Leo, so let's clear the deck for Leo. See what our Leo friends have to hear, say, receive for the weekend. Just clearing the deck for Leo. All right. Clearing for Leos. Okay. All right, Leo, it looks like your homework assignment is to do nothing and to say nothing, okay? We've got the Knight of Coins reversed, which does mean it looks like a little retail therapy, or maybe you overspent on something, or maybe there's a financial hangover going on. It does look like it's like, stop, just stop. You know, whatever you ordered on Amazon last night, let it happen, but just stop. Stop all of the things. And I feel like you have been making a mountain out of a molehill in some area of your life. You've turned something like threw the cigarette out the window, and boom, there was a forest fire that took over 3 counties. You know what I mean? And I don't mean that literally, I mean that emotionally, and that may speak to you, right? So if it does, just know that if this is a say nothing, do nothing type of a situation. Like you want to pour water on the fire, not gas on the fire, Leo, okay? Water on the fire, not gas on the fire. How can we calm the situation down? A little clarification for Leo, I feel like, is in order, don't you? What do our Leos need to hear? All right, and the reason that you've been making a big deal out of whatever it is, it's been really, really intense for you lately. You're kind of getting impatient with some things that you were wanting to work out that you don't see coming to fruition. Doesn't mean that they're not coming to fruition. But just get out of your own way, you know? Just get out of your own way by sometimes worrying and spending and trying to keep up actually keeps us down, right? So getting out of your own way, acknowledging some of the pains or the hurts or the trials or challenges, and the seeds that you've planted for things to improve, they've been planted. So all we got to do is wait patiently, not wait with gasoline on the fire, right? Pausing to reset, not to reload, okay? All right, let's clear the deck for our Virgo friends. Clearing for Virgo. Clearing for Virgo. Okay, just seeing what's in store for Virgos for the weekend. All right. Interesting little setup here. If anybody's watching that is taking my class at McLennan, great first class last week. And if you want to practice and chime in with any of these interpretations, we would love that. But here we go. We've got the Fool card reversed, all right? And then we've got the Lovers card over here. And so we've got the Queen of Swords and the Ace of Coins. And so I feel like you're going to have to be really, really strict at work, being more disciplined at work, having healthy boundaries with people at work. That's going to be a theme for you to focus on. Also having healthy boundaries and not necessarily working on the weekend, right? Being more strategic with your weekend time and your weekend plan, so that you don't look at the end of the weekend and be like, what did I do? And also be like, I'm feeling drained. You know, we don't want either of those things. This is a little bit more curious setup. So the Fool reversed, this is when you're probably not trusting yourself so much. This is when you're maybe not trusting other people around you, when you feel disconnected from the flow of life. Could be that there's somebody that just isn't giving you all the information, and you already, like, you smell that out. You're like, something's not right here. And so I'm going to say go with your guts. You know, if it feels wrong, it probably is. Okay. All right. After Virgo comes Libra. Let's clear the deck for Libra. Some cosmic advice for Libra. Just some fun information or truth bombs, sense of clarity for any Libras watching. Thank you guys for joining me on Friday. It's always good to see you. Okay. All right, Libra, let's see. How are we going to handle this? We've got the King of Cups and the Ace of Cups reversed. So this can also be something that you had put, it's almost like you put all your eggs in one basket, and you know, there can be a sense of disappointment. So there can be a sense of resentment, a sense of disappointment, a sense of deep compassion for a situation that's going wrong in your life. You know what I mean? And I do see that the Ten of Swords here, that you too, just like our Leos, have something pretty heavy, and maybe a dream that doesn't feel like it's actualizing, maybe a hard time that doesn't feel like it's getting addressed properly, or that it's dragging on in some ways. And so really, Libra, for you, it's like we just need to unplug from this and take a new perspective, take a fresh breath, think about it differently, get somebody else's ideas on it. We're going to try to stay out of reacting and responding emotionally, right? This King of Cups reverse, so responding emotionally isn't going to be particularly helpful, and taking a more pragmatic approach will. Hopefully that's useful to a couple Libras out there, huh? All right, let's clear the deck for Scorpios. Clearing the deck for Scorpios. Okay, clearing for Scorpios. All right, Scorpios, you've got the Queen of Cups reversed here, all right? And so this can be emotional upset as well. This can be like glasses half empty kind of feeling, and this can be just a time to unplug from the emotions that have had you up and down. We do have the Ten of Cups here, so here's the happy family, the happy, the perfect marriage, the perfect future, the perfect career. This is abundance, happiness, all good things coming your way. After a course of unhappiness, you know, after a course of tough times, after a course of just removing yourself from a significant amount of sadness. It looks like it's very positive over here, and it looks like you have a choice to be made, that you're, I don't know what the right word is. This is a decision that comes at a cost, right? And so upside down like this, it's like the choice is yours, whether to be happy or sad. So my uncle used to say something along the lines of, you can be happy in the same shoes that you got sad in. You know what I mean? So the choice is yours, how you want to go forward. And it looks like the decision is yours. So I'm not going to tell you what to do. You know, you want me to pull another card, don't you? Right? Let's see. What should the Scorpio do? They just have to change their perspective, you know. So change our minds, just like our Libras. Just change your minds, change your perspective, look at it differently, take a new approach, ask a mentor or a friend what they think about it, you know, get out of your head a little bit. All right, let's clear for Sagittarius. Clear for Sag. That was a shuffle fail. Let me try again. All right, clearing for Sag. All right, Sag. Interesting. It's like you're going off into the unknown. You have this deep need to take a risk, to do something new, to do something different. You don't really care what it is. It just has to be different than what you're doing right now, and it needs to happen very quickly. So change is coming fast. Change is coming very fast for you, Sagittarius. Interestingly, over here we've got the Tower and the Moon card, where it's like you're breaking down one structure because it wasn't working for you. You know, the Tower is when everything turns upside down, and the Moon is when we're not really sure where we're going. It's like anywhere but here is kind of the feeling I get. Whatever I'm doing right now is not working for me, and so I really don't care what's in the unknown. It's just not going to be this, right? And so being comfortable with that period of limbo can be helpful, because that it doesn't have to be sad. You know, it can actually be an exciting adventure for Sagittarius to just do something completely different, right? The main thing is to find stability. So continuing an adventure for the sake of adventure doesn't feel stabilizing to you. So whatever does feel stabilizing, we got the Four of Wands, right? So taking action for a sense of security and peace is an extra, I guess, good little tidbit for you to play with. All right, let's clear for Capricorn. Let's clear for Capricorn. See what's in the skies for Capricorn. Clearing for Capricorn. Okay, awesome. Clearing for Capricorn. Okay. All right, so for Capricorns out there, similar to Aries, very similar to the Aries readings, where It just feels like something's got a control over you that you've lost some love for, that something feels very controlling in your environment that is kind of breaking your heart a little bit, and you've just forgotten that you have all of the power, that you have all the magical tools, that you have all of the alchemy you need, that nobody's harsh and you're mellow except for when you let them, you know, you really are affecting this whole situation just by how you're acting, how you're responding. What is your tone like, Capricorn? And then that's how we kind of free ourselves. So you're seeking a sense of liberation from something that just kind of feels very heavy to you, and you've forgotten that you have the keys. You know what I mean? You got the keys. So liberation, and it starts with you and your attitude, the way you treat people, and the way that you come across, your tone, right? All right, so after Capricorn, let's look at Aquarius. Clearing for Aquarius. Awesome, the World card fell out. Do you need to know anything else, Aquarius? So the World card is the last of the major arcana. It's when you're coming to a completion with one chapter of your life. There's a rite of passage going on. It reminds you that you have a brain and a heart and two hands, and therefore if it can be done, you can do it. This is about stepping into a role of service instead of being like selfish about your goals, and you know, working with a nonprofit, volunteering some of your time, not all of it, right? But just stepping into the World card reminds you that you can make a difference. You know, that your legacy is trailing you around, just like your shadow, right? So just know that whatever actions you're taking now are setting you up for whatever legacy that you intend to leave, right? And so just getting clear about that, being clear about your motives this weekend and all next month is a big theme for April too, guys. All right, so that's Aquarius. They want more, I know. Okay, let's do a little extra for Aquarius. Yeah. So the Sun card, the 8 of Coins reversed, the Tower card, it's not like, oh, the World card, it's all good. It's like, you know, something is breaking down. Something is breaking down, and it can be stimulating and exciting to you. It doesn't have to be like, poof, I made it to the next level. It can be like, wow, there's a lot of rubble around here. Let's get curious about it, you know? And how can this rubble help some of the other people in my life? That's how I would look at that. Of course, if you want private readings, I'd love to do those for you. And you can book at wiseskiescollective.com on the services page. April and Jennifer and I would love to help you look a little bit deeper. All right, let's clear for Pisces. See what our Pisces friends need to hear for the weekend. Okay. Yikes, Pisces. All right, it's almost like this is like the combination of a lot of things. Approach, and it's like ant hill went everywhere. It's like you kicked over the ant hill and there's just stuff scattering because you did something different. But it actually was whatever action you took that was different that caused the anthill to scatter was actually in your best interest, and this was new behavior for you. So I'm proud of you. I'm excited for you. You too are working on what kind of legacy you're leading. What kind of parent are you being? Your kids are watching. You know what I mean? What kind of community member are you being? This type of a thing. And this change that you lit the fire on is happening very, very quickly. And you're almost like, why did I do that for so long? It's so much better over here. I can see clearly. I can breathe deeply, right? So it's like really out with the old, into the new, going really well for the weekend going forwards, shedding old skins, being aware of the anthills that you might have tumped over can be triggering for other people. So you're just going to stay right in the middle of the lane, right? You know, we're not going bar ditch to bar ditch. We're just going right in the middle, and just like living with that sense of relief and happiness and personal freedom, that you're not tied to this super emotionally draining situation anymore. Okay, freedom. All right, and then a little overview for all of us watching for the weekend. If our readings did not resonate with us, it's okay. They're not going to do that 100% of the time for 100% of the people watching. But is there a little tidbit, something that we all need to hear Just taking a deep breath in through the nose. Pausing at the top and then exhaling. All right, good. The Ten of Cups, coins fell out. All right, the Ten of Coins. This is about abundance, prosperity. This doesn't mean like everybody's gonna get rich. It means like it's gonna be okay if you just stay above. If you just kind of stay above the water, duck the waves, as Rachel said in our group, right? This is a card of good times, a good omen, good things happening. So I know that there's a lot of people commenting that have been depressed, really sad, down in the ditch. And so this is a card of hope that comes through watching other people's experience, because it's possible, right? So because somebody else has gotten through their hard times, so can I, you know what I mean? Because somebody got over their certain adversities, so can I, so can you, right? And so this Ten of Coins is it's pretty good. It's pretty good. One of my favorite cards in the deck. So nice reading to conclude Free Tarot Friday today. I really appreciate you guys watching. If it meant something to you, if it made a difference, a couple of dollars. Calendar already. It's a great time of year to get it. It's one of my favorite tools. I can just look at my phone and be like, yeah, it's a good time to schedule that, or no, the moon's void, of course, I don't think I want to schedule that right now. And there is a free version of every month up on the calendar page at wiseskiescollective.com. The April forecast just launched, so you can find that on YouTube and on podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcasts. If you'll please subscribe, rate, review it, that would help a lot. And same thing if you're watching on YouTube, subscribing to the channel, I really appreciate it. So until we can work together again, everybody has a great weekend. Happy spring equinox. New things are coming. There's new life after death, right? After the dark winter, there's always the bright sun comes back, warms up the earth, and just really ignites our gardens and all of our projects that are kind of planted in our hearts, right? So namaste until we can hang out again.